You say, well, Brother West, what has this got to do with spiritual blackout? Oh, we coming there. The Richard Rortys and Sheldon Wolins and Thomas Coons and Tim Scanlons and Thomas Nagels that I encountered at Princeton, same kind of care and attention to this cracked vessel that you're looking at. And yet, in our moment of spiritual blackout, which is the relative eclipse of integrity, honesty, decency, and generosity, it is part of the neoliberal soul craft, the obsession with smartness, the obsession with money, and the obsession with bombs. That's what we've been dealing with in the last 40 years. And I said, well, it's not just Brother Donald Trump. No, you can't fetishize that brother. He's bad enough in the concrete. But it's not his fault. He's not the cause. He's the sign and the symptom. Brother Donald Trump is as American as apple pie. A whole lot of Donald Trump's been in place. He's not the first such white brother I've encountered. He just happens to be in a powerful position. You see, narcissism, no empathy, spectacle, no substance. Long history of white male mediocrity in high places. Can't make meritocratic claims for that brother. Oh, no. But he's tied to neoliberal soulcraft. He's got to be the smartest in the room, given all the evidence going the other way. He's got to be the richest in the room because the culture more and more is about smartness, smartness, smartness. Just notice the number of times you hear people in public use the word obviously, 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 obviously. It's not obvious. It's not self-evident. Where's your argument? It's an in-crowd word. Only the smart ones know that it's obvious. Oh, I guess it is obvious. Everybody else thinks it's obvious. No. No, a lot of times the obscurity is actually being hidden by the discourse of the obvious. So you conform uncritically. You adjust uncritically. And neoliberal soulcraft means what? Obsession with smartness rather than wisdom, obsession with money rather than compassion, the obsession with bombs rather than treating other nations with dignity and respect. That's what makes us an empire. We're not just a domestic experiment. We got 4,855 military units around the world. We got 587 in 42 foreign countries. We got over 150 countries where we have U.S. special operations. What is that? Well, it's not Socratic. And when you talk about spiritual meltdown, you're talking about a particular kind of soul craft that makes it difficult for persons to engage in high-quality paideia, in informal and formal practices. Family, synagogue, mosque, church, trade unions, schools, mass media, corporate media, alternative media. How difficult it is for the tradition that produced me to find any kind of footing. That's what we experienced in Charlottesville. When we were viciously attacked and the anarchists and the communists and others came in to intervene, it was clear there was no context in which there could be a paideia-like witness, a prophetic witness, a sense of trying to connect the critical sensibility with a concern of people who were suffering. That space was completely eclipsed. And that's what is so sad about our present moment. It's not solely the arbitrary power of Donald Trump. It's not solely the cold-heartedness and mean-spiritedness of the Republican Party. But it's a much larger civilizational crisis having to do with an empire in deep spiritual decay and moral decline, and it affects each and every one of us.